I also think the teachers are having way too much fun, like at my school. I think they ended up banning this because they got in trouble because it was like a game thing where I think the students had to collect signs or like take pictures of some specific signs. It wasn't
Like
my
street
year.
signs?
It was like, it was like a few years back. So you would be divided into teams and you would have to take pictures of some specific signs. So you would run around in the field and then you would actually have to hide from the teachers because they would drive around in cars, a bit like a gang.
Yeah.
And then they would drive around with them like the paint gun things.
Paintball, yeah.
Yeah, paintball guns. And it actually, the reason they banned it was that it got so bad a year because the high school is like located close to a city, and somebody thought that there was like happening terror because you know the teachers would drive around, they would shoot the students, and you know if you got shot, you were dead. So the story I heard from like one of the teachers were that somebody called the police. They thought it was terror. So like the whole department in the southern part of Jutland, where the school is located, they drove. They had like helicopters and stuff.
Oh, really?
And then they ended up like stopping one of the teams where I think they told me they had like an intern who actually thought that the police were like on their side. They were a part of the joke. So he was just joking with them. And he was like, oh no, I'm not going to throw my gun down. And then afterwards, I think like the head of the school, she actually heard that he was really, really close to being shot for that joke. Yeah.
Okay.
And then she talked with the police officer who was like, you can't do that. And she was like, you know, we didn't do anything wrong. And she's a really tough lady. So, you know, they just had a discussion and she kept on saying that they didn't do anything wrong. So you can't really be punished for it.
Yeah.
So I feel like, you know, they can do stuff like that if they want to. So you end up doing weird stuff sometimes when you're in that school, and it's really fun and you get some strange and really good experience as well. So yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, you're collecting stories.
Basically.
Well, that's insane. Especially with the cops.
Yeah,
Could be a deadly misunderstanding.
Yeah, really. I felt like, especially when the whole police department was involved and you would have so many cars and helicopters and the head of the school, the lady, she didn't really give a fuck about it. She was like, we're playing, that's fun. Yeah, I love that attitude.
I kind of have a story about the generosity of strangers. So just because you talked about like how I gotta Google what that word is, like when you're standing next to the street like this.
Yeah.
So you're depending on other people to help you without anything in return. And when I was in the military, in the officer school, we have the DEHO, which is the Durchhalteübung. So it's like kind of a survival week. You're just for a week, you have to do a lot of difficult things. And it started with we had to get out of bed at like 3 a.m, and then we had to walk to a mountain. I mean, a mountain, like a hill. And then to get something, and then we had to keep going. But the problem was when we got up there, one of the guys forgot to like put a key back in the base.
Oh no!
So we had to go back, put that fucking key back, and then again over the mountain. And then we went to a different place to pick up our bikes, and then where we were there to pick up our bikes to drive with auto equipment on those city bikes through like forests and stuff. It was terrible. And our like the head of sports, he said that he took 4 hours for the entire trip. So you guys should take like 8 hours. When we were the fastest group with like 12 hours. And that sucked tremendously. But the thing was that we only got a little breakfast when we picked up the bikes. We got like a little croissant.
Wow.
And so it wasn't a lot. And then we kept going. And then like there were people passing out because if you run around and
Passing out.
yeah, because just the lack of nutrition, you know.
Yeah.
And part of the whole adventure is you don't have your phone, you don't have any money, you don't have any
Yeah,
food.
yeah.
You can only have water with you, nothing else.
Mm.
And I mean, with equipment, of course, but no food and stuff. So we were basically starving, you know. And on the top of the mountain, where we were on the bikes, we were in like a group of maybe 30 guys. And then I was always the last one. I sucked at the endurance stuff. So I kind of walked and pushed the bike over. I got to the hill, and there was a restaurant. And we didn't have any money, but we had like a moment of being without any of the supervisors, you know. So we're like, okay, who is gonna go in and beg for food? and then the owner came out, and he was like, what's going on? You know, so many people. What are you doing here?
Yeah.
And then we were like, can we have anything? Like, we're going to take breadcrumbs, whatever you can give us.
Oh, no.
And then he was like, wait here. And then he went in and he came out with 3 entire loaves of bread. So like a huge bread and an entire cheese wheel and like a 6-pack of drinks and even a bottle of wine.
Wow.
And we were like, we don't have any money. And he's like, take it.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah, it was so amazing because just for being nice, you know,
Yeah.
you didn't expect anything in return. And it was
Yeah.
like, he said it's important to do good.
Yeah, but I think it's a bit funny sometimes how far people will go. Like, because we had the same thing where we went and we asked for bread at like a bakery, and we're like, we have no money. We just got dropped off in the highway, and now we're here at some random town. And she was like, yeah, you go. What do you want? Just point.
Really?
Yeah. But I also talked with some of the people from my school, and I think you needed a place to sleep. Because it's 24 hours the race, and usually you can't really finish it like that quick.
Yeah.
And they went into like a hostel. Okay. And then they were like, to the guy behind the counter, they were like, we have nowhere to sleep. Yeah. This is the situation. We can't really pay you back. And he was like, I can't really do anything. But we have a laundry room. If you want to sleep there, I'm not going to tell my boss, but I can open the door for you. Yeah. And then, sneaky. Then they were allowed to sleep in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but I actually had like the same thing where when we were on our trip, we were in Aarhus, and then we had to go to a town up north called Maribo, I think. And we were just standing at a bus stop. We were like standing there with a sign to one of the bigger town up north, and we were thinking about asking a bus driver if we could get in. And then my friend, he's standing with the sign, and he's like a really talkative guy, which was amazing because I feel like it saved us a lot of times. And we were standing at the bus stop, and 2 guys next to us were just looking at the sign. And then, as you usually do, he talks about our journey and what we're going to do. And like we had to go to Maribo to go to another high school to hear about something. And then he talked with the guys, told them about the story, and the guys were like, you know what? We actually went to that school, and we know people from that school. And then they were like, if you can go on the bus and get to Randers, that's like the city we had to go to in order to go to the other big city, or like the Maribo city we had to go to. They were like, if you can manage to get there, we have like a church, because it was like a Christian high school. And we'll give you lunch, and we can order like some of the people to drive you from that church to the small town.
Really?
Yes, they were so nice. And
That's awesome.
We could also have lunch at the school if we wanted to, and they were like, oh, you can stay here if you want to. So, people are really nice. Okay. When you ask them, I feel like it's just a bit embarrassing sometimes to ask about it.
Yeah, you just gotta get over it. And
ask. Yeah.
Well, that's really awesome. Sounds great.